Today I talk about our first year in YouTube, what it's been worth, and the exciting portions of doing this vlogging thing on a budget. A lot of people have asked me, what camera do I use? What's the setup? Running through the programs and software that I use to do my editing. And I'm here to tell you today that it is easier than you think. And one of the products I want to talk about first off, and what we're really going to go into, is DJI. This is a first year YouTuber's lifesaver. I know a lot of us have a lot of footage out there that's shaky, no matter if we're walking, if the wind's blowing, things of that nature. And I'm gonna show you how to get rid of that and have professional vlogging skills with just this little device here. All right, let's get right into this. This right here is the DJI Osmo 2. This is not the 3, it's not the 1, this is the 2. And I got this when it first came out, retailing I believe about $120, and it is a lifesaver. This is going to make or break a lot of footage that you have. With our cell phones nowadays being just as strong as some cameras that are out there, and very, very mobile to where we can just pull it out of our pocket and be able to shoot for something that we see and we like. This right here is your lifesaver. And this, for my first year of YouTube, is what hands down has made every video that you have seen on our channel. And a lot of people have asked, like, hey, what camera do you use? And that's because of the image stabilization that's in it. It's not. It's my cell phone. I really have been using the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 10R for our entire first year journey. And if it wasn't for this DJI gimbal right here, this stabilizer, I don't think I would have had the footage or even that matter the enthusiasm to get ready to edit this software. Because a lot of times we were moving, a lot of times we were walking. And I will show you, it came with a stand that gave me some still shot footage when we were just sitting around and talking. So I'm going to dive into some of these features and let you know what this is, how it works, in case you guys don't understand what a stabilizer gimbal is. This is clearly just meant for cell phones and not cameras. Let's dive right into it. So let's begin with breaking down this exciting device. I came outside just to get some running footage so you can see what a gimbal stabilization does. On the right you have a phone in hand with no gimbal. On the left you have the phone connected to the gimbal. This is what the DJI does for you. So we'll talk about some of the things that come along with this package. On the side here you can see there is a zoom feature. You have telezoom and you have wide. It's a great features as this is all connected through the app that you see. And as we get to the front side of the device, you have a record button, you have a mode button which has multiple features. As in here, if I click it 3 times, it turns to the front camera. If you click it 3 times again, it goes back to your back camera. Now also, when I bought this, it came with a stand. This stand is very easy to unmount and mount. It's a really great option to have when you want to put the camera down and get some hands-free footage, which I'm definitely going to show you in the rest of this video. And here I'm powering it down. On the right side of this device you have your charging port, and one of the other cool features about this gimbal is that on the back there's a charging port for your phone. Now for most iPhones, you know, that comes in the fact that it's pretty much in the back of the phone, so you have to pull it out, which makes it unbalanced and uneven. But for phones where the charging port is on the side, this will work perfectly. As you can see, it is charging just fine as a battery bank for your phone. Alright, let's get into this app, as this pretty much is going to be housing everything that you do with this gimbal. Let's turn it the right way. Alrighty, so let's start this thing off right. As you can see, there are a lot of features within this app. The top left hand corner, you can adjust things between photo mode and video mode. Right below that, you have your video feature modes, your standard, slow motion, time lapse, hyperlapse, all the good things that you would like to do when getting some great footage for vlogging. Next up, we'll run through some of the settings. Now, clicking in the camera mode, you can adjust your video resolution. As you can see, it goes up to 4K at 30 frames a second. Now, granted, this was with the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 11 Pro that I have now has 60 frames a second, so I'm not 100% sure if the app has been updated for that or not, but that's what that has. Here, you can go live straight from the app, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. Another great feature that you may want to do on the fly while you're vlogging. The rest of the settings are pretty much how you want to set up the gimbal itself. On the right hand side, you have a quick settings mode, so everything I showed you in video resolution there, you can do right here very quickly. You can give some different effects to your pictures that you're taking as well. And again, adjust your video resolution size. Also within the screen, you can turn the camera around by pressing on the screen at the bottom left hand side, which, again, you still have the mode button that can easily adjust that for you. To the right again, right under the camera button, is something that we're going to get into a little bit later, which basically can lock and unlock the position of your gimbal. And one last setting within this is you can change your photo modes. You have your pano, single shot, long exposure, and your timed photo. And if you're still rocking with me, please make sure you like, comment, and share this video. If this content has been great for you and everything else that we've made, make sure you tell others. That's the great part about this thing. Don't mind what I'm doing right here. I also want to give a big shout out to all my people who are now subscribed. And if you haven't, go ahead and click that notification bell. You know what, this might go over better if I turn the camera around. I'll show you what it looks like through the app. There we go. By far my best feature within this app. This allows you to track your head motion, and again, going back to if you want to put the camera down on that stand that was received with this, it will track your motion. It will turn the gimbal wherever you are, making it hands-free. The slow motion feature is always nice to have. Okay, now on to the gimbal's modes. You have two modes here. One, which is your lock mode. This pretty much stays in place no matter where you turn and how you turn your gimbal. It keeps the camera stable. The second mode is kind of a point of view mode, where when you lean it down, the camera smoothly goes down. You lean it up, the camera smoothly goes up. And it gives a great fluid motion to your things instead of it being jerky when you turning it or changing directions with your camera. And one more time with lock mode. As you can see, I tilt, I move, I turn, the camera stays straight the entire time. So just as we were talking earlier, about the tracking devices within the app on the DJI Osmo 2. Here is a look on the outside of that. You saw that version of what it looked like in the app, and here's the one-to-one motion sensor at its best. And if it loses you due to sun glare or whatever, it picks you right back up. And it automatically turns on itself. And it works on this front camera here. So the backside camera, your main character, and it will work for your front camera.
as well. So that is one of the coolest portions of this app that comes within the DJI gimbal itself, because it gets good shots of anything you want to see, and it still tracks you without having to hold it if you want. Now for the last part of my footage, I use another free app. This is on the Mac, and there's other Windows movie makers on other PCs, but here you can see all footage that was uploaded from the iPhone directly into the photos file creates what we have here. And this is basically where this software comes into play. Now there's other things that you can use that are free, but this program here is already installed on the machine, and it works simple. Your creativity from there can be unleashed through music, your own writing, text, and things of that nature, and you get better and better over time as you work through it. This portion right here, not gonna lie, it takes a good chunk of your time. Editing, getting what you want, where you want it, takes a good chunk of your time, and it's a learning process. But once you get it, it becomes easier and easier. Then you want to try even harder, more and difficult techniques to make things better for you. But yeah, iMovie is already installed on any Mac. Another program that is free is DaVinci Resolve. This program is similar to Adobe, but you have to read up on it, do a little bit more research on how you can get those same shots and edit techniques that you do in Adobe, but it's all there. I use it for a lot of my title screens and end screens and things of that nature, but mainly using free software helps. So at the end of the day, I've only paid $120, well, besides your cell phone, to do the work that I create here.
One last thing, this app has a create mode that takes all the photos and videos you just did and stacks them into a nice trailer for you in seconds.
Alright, so there you have it, guys. Our first year's guide to YouTube and vlogging. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you try out this product. Hopefully some of the tips and steps I've given you to show you how you can do this thing on a budget and still be successful help you in the future. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned. I actually have a video on what I'm recording on right now, which is a step up from what we've been previously using, but a well-needed tool once you get into doing this thing from a day-to-day basis. All right, next up on the video, the Sony a6400. See y'all.